Alright, so today is the day that we finish up with all the different type sounds and variations within the Boss SY-200 synthesizer guitar pedal. And today we are looking at arpeggios. So there's only going to be about 9 variations of these, but we'll take some time with them and make sure we cover what we can on these. I'm using the same signal chain that I've been using for all of these videos, which is the Telecaster going straight into my DI Plus preamp, and then the synth pedal is in the effects loop of that, but no amp sims, IRs, cabs, anything like that going on. So this is just the dry signal, just kind of with an A chord there. So let's hear just a single A note with this turned on. First variation, no dry signal right now. So that's just off of one note, the A right there. And let's mess with the tone. So tone all the way down, tone all the way up. Gonna find the spot in between there that you like. Next knob over, we have the tempo. So I'm gonna hold it in as I turn it, so it'll go like 10 intervals at a time there. But that's all the way up, 250. Let's turn it all the way down to 40. So down here you can actually hear the steps of the arpeggio a little bit better. So I'm going to grab this and just let it hold so that it doesn't die off on me. And let's do this. Now with the sound held there, if I strum the guitar it's not going to add anything because I have no direct signal. But if I turn up the direct signal, you get that. So let's see what we have. This is an A chord. I need to kind of work on it there. There it is. So that's the arpeggio that is running there, which is just a root, a fifth, an octave, another fifth, and then another octave right there. So not really major or minor at this point. It's just kind of root, fifth, root again, and then backwards. So let's see about the depth. So that's the depth all the way up, depth all the way down. Just kind of jamming over that. Just A, E, A, E, A, E, back and forth on that one. Let's go like on the E. Yeah, so again, if I throw in the minor note, it stands out, or the major. Doesn't really belong. So let's put this back at 50. And put that back to normal. Let's go on to the second variation now. Okay. Kind of similar, but it I think responds and acts a little bit differently there. That's all the way up on the tone, rocking all the way back to the middle. Let's mess with the depth first this time. Let's grab that note. Okay, so that's the depth all the way up at 100. Bring it all the way down to 0. All the way up, down, back to the middle. Let's turn the tempo up. Okay, so that seems like it goes a lot faster. Let's turn the tempo all the way down, see if we can pick out the notes of the arpeggio. It's definitely faster, even at 40 BPMs. Not sure it's exactly the same as the one before. It's still made up of the same intervals, it sounds like. It's just maybe a shorter pattern and it's a little bit faster, so it sounds a little bit different. You can still use the tone knob to kind of morph through that. Let's turn the direct signal back down. Okay, let's go on to the next one, variation number 3. Tone all the way down. Tone all the way up. Back in the middle, let's mess with the depth. Depth all the way up. Depth all the way down. Back to the middle. And our tempo's way down. Mid-range is about 140 to 150 there. Let's go up to 240. 250. Down to 40. Probably not going to try to dissect all of these exactly, but it's cool to slow it down to actually hear like what's going on within it, so you can communicate that if needed, or just know what you got. Let's go on to the next variation. Let's see what happens when we keep the sound going but go to the next variation. Okay. It did not hang on to that one there, so let's see. So this sounds like it's got like 2 layers of arpeggio going on. Let's grab this note, the A, rock back the tone, lean it forward, slowly. All the way up. Back to kind of the middle area there. Let's mess with the depth. All the way up on the depth. All the way down. So again, it sounds like there's 2 sounds that I'm hearing here. There's the higher kind of register one and then a lower note that's kind of bouncing back and forth too. So you hear that like 2 notes. Just kind of bouncing back and forth. And then a little bit longer range is going on underneath that. That's cool. Let's mess with the depth down here. There we go. Let's bring the tempo back up. That's cool. Let's go on ahead and move on to the next one. That's arpeggio number 5. So that's cool. Doesn't know what to think if I like tremolo pick. Probably just let it hold. And this one sounds like I've been doing kind of single note stuff. This one sounds cool, kind of cool if you're actually doing like a chord with it. Let's grab that. Tone up. Tone down. And arpeggio almost goes away when the tone is all the way down. It's really cool. Let's try. I'm just gonna grab a single A instead of that chord. Let it decay a little bit. Now grab it. Like it can take the chords, but it handles single notes better. Let's go up with the depth. Down with the depth. Not hearing much difference with the note kind of held out there. Let's go up with the tempo. 150 to 250. Let's go down to 40. Let's try a different note. We've been using that A. Let's see. G. Kind of cool. What about a low note? E. Yeah, those would kind of work. It still makes me want to strum out a full chord with it. It's kind of cool what it's doing with the notes there. I like that. Let's go on to the next variation. Let's see, number 6. Okay. Now that's still ringing off of that E minor chord. Let's hit it again. So I don't think this one likes the chords very much. I mean, it's an interesting sound you can use, but let's just see about a single. It's the E on the D string. Let's grab that. Mess with the tone. Doesn't seem like the tone is doing much. What about the depth? I'm not hearing much difference. At least on the sustained notes. This will make a difference though. The tempo. All the way down to 40. It's a really noisy arpeggio for sure. Let's take the note away. So even without the note held out and I'm just plucking it, I'm just not hearing much difference in the tone at all. Okay, so that was variation 6, I think? Yeah, so now we're on 7. Okay. Tone knob. Too bright up there, too dark back here. You're right there in the middle. Send up the tempo. Drop down the tempo. Back to the middle. Let's turn up the depth. Down. Back up. It's kind of cool. Probably not my favorite of these, but let's see. Let's keep moving. Variation number 8. So it's the tone knob that I'm adjusting on here. Just hitting that single A string. Let's mess with the depth. Depth all the way up. Depth all the way down. Back to the middle. Let's go with the tempo. Up to 250. Okay. Down to 40. Okay. Alright, and let's see, last one, arpeggio number 9. It's pretty cool, let's grab that. Mess with the tone. All the way down. Bringing it up. That one sounds cool, mix, like kind of maxed out there. Let's mess with the depth. All the way down. I'm hearing a huge difference. It's really quiet too. I mean, I could turn up that, but that's going to affect other settings too. So try to keep that the way that I've got mine set anyway. You can adjust that, but I don't have that on mine. Let's see, so depth. I'm not hearing a huge difference there. Let's go up with the tempo. And that's with the tone all the way up too. So obviously some difference in the tempo there. Let's turn it down some. Really slow. So you've got kind of some mid-range stuff and then some really high notes, some really low notes. They're coming out. There we go. I just need to hit it a little harder. Long notes, short notes, medium range notes, high notes, low notes. Yeah, that's a weird one. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap it with this one. There we go. All right. So yeah, that shows off a lot of what this pedal is capable of. It's taken me just about a month to go through all of these different types and the variations, 171 in total, which includes the lead, pad, string, bell, organ, bass, dual, sweep, noise, sound effect sequencer, and now we just covered the arpeggios. And all of those videos are going to be in a playlist together labeled parts 1 through 12. So if you are just coming in on this one, go back and check those out as well. Yeah, this pedal is super, super cool. I wouldn't say that it's like a desert island type of pedal where I could take this and be happy forever. I'd probably want, some distortions, amps, sort of things that I would be capable of that too. But this is really such a cool pedal to add into the effects chain if you can find a reason for it, because it can really just add so much to it. The first time that I actually used this pedal live was at a show a couple hours away from Nashville, and so all new people and everything that I'm playing for, and didn't get to actually use this pedal until close to the end of the set. But when I kicked it on, some people that were excited in the front row and everything leading up to that point, they were already into it. I saw one of them in particular take their hands, place them on their face, and kind of pull down almost like their face was actually melting in real time, and that I was like, wow, if it makes somebody have that kind of reaction, that's a really cool pedal, for sure. And I like the sound. It kind of confirmed that I was using it correctly as well. I did, when I first got this thing, try using the batteries with it. I think it's 3 AA's that it takes, and I killed the battery on this thing in like 3 days. So definitely been using a power adapter on this. If I don't give ratings on pedals, but I would give this one certainly a high rating. One thing with the arpeggios, since we were just doing that one though, it would be really cool, and I don't think this is available right now, and I don't even know if this is something that could be added with some kind of an update or something. But with that arpeggio pattern deal there, it would be a huge plus to be able to have some kind of like a computer-based editor where you could go in and actually program your own beats and patterns and things to be then kind of gone back and forth between the SY-200 and your computer, and maybe store them on a thing, or maybe even be able to go beyond the 9 variations that it has there. I don't know if that's even something that's possible, or if it could be done in one of the next level up synthesizers that Boss makes. But that's just a small little observation. That's not anything that I think takes away from what this pedal is capable of doing. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up for today, and this is something I've wanted to do since I got into the videos. I'm glad to have it behind me now, and I'm just gonna keep on going, getting to some new pedals. I've since acquired a few different pedals, either through luck or just trading with some friends and things too. So I'm happy to get back to those soon too. So again, thank you very much, and I will see you again here soon.